Okay, so I want to quickly give you 3 tips that should be very easy to lab in, 5 minutes or less each. And they should make you a better player in Street Fighter 6 if you implement them into your game. So the first one is talking about meaty timings in the corner. It doesn't have to be specifically in the corner, but this is where you'll see it the most, right? So as you may know, one of the counters to getting thrown in the corner is people will backdash, right? So let's say I try to manually throw. Okay, so let's say I hit Chun-Li with this string that Cammy gets a lot. I try to run up and throw her, and I timed it kind of bad here, and I'm -7 after her backdash, right? So that means she can get a medium. Even if I did it a little bit better and I was -4, she can get a jab. And if you get jabbed here by a character like Ken, that means he's swapping you and now you're in the corner and you're pretty fucked, right? So the one thing I want to stress for your corner pressure is you want to structure a lot of your corner pressure. You'll see people whiffing moves in the corner all the time. So I'm going to do this exact same string, but I'm going to whiff this back medium punch. And you see how I'm +5 exactly here. That means my throw, if I press throw after here, will hit on the exact frame that it becomes active. And now I'm 0. You see that? So that means Chun-Li, not only can she not mash to punish me after her backdash, if we both press a 4 frame, we're just going to trade so I can keep my corner pressure. Right? I don't have to like guess strike throw after she backdashes me. Right? So that's way better situation than being -7 and literally getting reversaled out of the corner. And it costs you nothing, right? I don't have to go for this throw even. Let's say I think she's going to backdash. I can still do something like this and catch her backdash, right? So look for setups that leave you +5 in the corner if you're going to go for a throw, because even if they get backdash, you have time to recover, and if they jump over you, you recover faster as well, so you'll always get your DP or whatever. Another tip, a little side tip here, is that another way to abuse kind of corner pressure or just getting better startups is to find moves that hit, is to find setups that make your moves hit as late as possible. So if you look at the frame data on the bottom here, this on frame 10, that heavy punch here, it becomes active, and then frame 11, 12, and 13, it's still active. So if I can make myself +12, let's say, my heavy punch will hit towards its late active frame. So what does that mean? So usually this move is +1 on block, right? But let's say I do something like this. Now I'm +4, right? It doesn't take a mathematician to know +4 is way better than +1. And all I have to do is whiff a stand light kick after a normal Cammy string, right? Because that makes me +12. You can actually make your overheads combo in a lot of cases. So I'm just going to make something up here, okay? As we see here, Akuma's overhead hits on frame 20 and then 21, 22, 23, 24, right? So I want to find something that makes me +23. Now give me, 5-10 minutes to lap something for you. All I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find enders that I can make myself +23 as Akuma. Okay, so give me like 5 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sure there are plenty, but the one I found here is you end your combo like this. You end your combo like this with a light DP, you whiff a jab, we're +23. So what does that mean? Our overhead is plus if it's blocked. Right, we get full combo if we want to spend some meter. Doesn't have to be that much of a combo, but yeah. Okay, so another tip I've seen people talk about before, but I still see this messed up a lot, is you have to remember that you should always remember how much drive gauge your supers do. Now, the most obvious one is that level 3 does 1.5, right? Okay, so let's say Chun-Li just did a wake up DP and now she has 2 bars. I'm gonna walk up, I'm gonna punish counter her. I'm gonna do this long combo to get as much damage as I can. And obviously this is already trolled, I shouldn't have burned myself out unless it's gonna kill. But the extra troll thing here is that because my combo took so long, I'm actually not gonna burn her out, right? See how she has a pixel left, and that could matter, especially now that she has level 3. Cammy doesn't get like true Oki off her level 3, so now she has time to either make me like, I'm kind of scared to pressure her because she might level 3 me on wake up. So she has time to build her drive gauge back. Now in the exact same scenario where I just choose to do a very fast combo, I'm going to burn her out and I'm not going to burn myself out. And yeah, I might lose out on a little bit of damage, but make sure you remember how much damage your supers do and just cash out with them if it'll force the burnout. I remember at EVO this weekend, Punk did a combo that looked something like this. Like, I don't remember the exact combo, but it was just a very quick drive rush into heavy punch into a super. And it looks like the most unoptimal combo ever, and it was, but it was because if he made the combo go any longer, it would not have burnt his opponent out. And that's something you have to consider. Meter management in general, I can make a whole video on it because going into burnout sucks. And burning out your opponent is often a way that you can just make a huge comeback or make sure you don't lose again. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about, which I kind of talked about in my matchup video, is perfect parry OSing, but there's actually more to it than a lot of people even know. So A lot of people know that if you hold parry and you press forward while still holding parry, if you got a perfect parry, you'll get a drive rush. If you didn't get a perfect parry, you'll kind of just stand there. So here's an example. See my inputs, how I'm pressing forward, but I'm not getting it because Cammy's essentially blocking the sandblast. I mean, she's parrying it, but you get what I'm saying. There's a, like, kind of a stun animation of her having to absorb this thing. But when you perfect parry, that doesn't happen. You kind of negate it entirely, right? I do the exact same inputs, but I actually get the perfect parry. I'll get a drive rush, and then I could punish him, right? So a lot of people know about this OS, but there's actually another parry OS that people don't talk about that I think is quite good. So let's say let's say you are in a situation against a lot of moves that are plus on block, but they're kind of telegraphed. But you caught yourself slipping, so you don't have enough time to do anything like jump out. So you want to parry them, right? An example of this might be Luke's charge knuckle, which is, you see here it's +4. So let's say you try to parry it because you're too slow to, super, because you got caught out slipping, and you try to parry it, right? You see how I got a drive reverser there? If I get a perfect parry and I input this exact same thing, so I'm holding parry and I press forward plus the drive impact button essentially. If I get a perfect parry, my drive reversal actually won't come out. So it comes out there. So you see my inputs there, how I actually inputted forward plus the drive impact macro? It didn't come out because my perfect parry kind of froze the game there, right? Another example of a character this could be useful against is Marissa, right? So let's say she's doing a Gladius, but you're not sure how long she's charging it, right? It's a pretty hard move to perfect parry sometimes because she could charge it, but if she charges it, she's extra plus and eats out your drive gauge. So what you can do is you hold your parry. You see how I pressed forward heavy, forward and drive impact? I didn't get it there, but if I didn't get my perfect parry, I would, right? So let's say she charged it. I might want to drive reversal her because she's super plus after the charge. I used to use this a lot against this string that Manons would do, where they do her medium kick overhead target combo and then drive rush. I don't use it anymore because the Manons will just do the one and then try to command grab you because it's a more figured out interaction now. But there's other scenarios where you could just think of it where you want to guess with parry because you think they'll do a move that's kind of hard to deal with. And you can just OS a drive reversal. If your perfect parry doesn't work, you'll drive reverse them away. Now you're not going to want to do this. You're not going to want to do this with moves that are safe to drive reverse, right? If someone's doing jab, 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 of course you don't want to do this. But let's say Cammy's doing her crouch heavy punch on your wake up. You know she's doing a meaty setup like this, or you think she might. You don't want to DP it just in case because you're not 100% sure, obviously. So you try to wake up on block. You notice you try to perfect parry it on block, and you can input your forward heavy punch, heavy kick to get a drive reversal if you messed up your perfect parry. So that one takes a little more getting used to, but it's good to know that you can get kind of OS whether or not you get a perfect parry and get the ideal outcome with drive rushes or drive reversals. So that's everything. If you want to know some more tips and tricks, I actually made another video a while back about some things I noticed when I was playing in Diamond a bunch. So check that video out. But I would appreciate a like, comment, subscription. Stay beautiful, my friends. I'll see you next time.